With a finger on the pulse of our community, I'm Renee Mehra with today's Community News Roundup. Prime Minister Modi is holding an interactive dialogue with farmers across the country so that they can double their income by 2022 and discussing various initiatives towards this goal. Let's take a look.
पूरब की तरफ जय जगन्नाथ की धरती पर चलते हैं उड़ीसा।
सर जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ। सर आपन को प्रणाम।
आपन केमिति आछंती।
अच्छा है सर।
हाँ बताइए।
सर मेरा नाम वेणुधर प्रधान है, जीपी दुर्गापुर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट अनुगुल। सर मैं इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग है।
हाँ बोलिए बोलिए।
मोर सर इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग रे सर बापांकर 5 एकर जमी थिला। सेतिरे बापा पुराना पद्धति रे धान चाष, परिबा चाष एवं बादाम बिरी मुग करुले।
हाँ कोई हिंदी कर दे जरा।
मेरे पापा पहले 4 साल 5 साल पहले मेरे पापा 4 एकड़ 5 एकड़ जमीन में सिर्फ धान और मूंगफली का खेती करते थे और बाकी जो जमीन था 2 एकड़ में करते थे और बाकी 3 एकड़ मेरा खाली आता था।
सर मु सेतिरे कृषि विज्ञान उन्नत प्रणाली धान चाष करिया पई कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र को आस्तिले।
मैं कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र से प्रशिक्षण मिला मुझे।
सेठी मु सर किछि उन्नत प्रणाली चाष करिया पई गोटे जगह रे माछ चाष, परिबा चाष, धान चाष, गोपालन, रंगीन माछ चाष, आजला चाष, कुकुड़ा चाष, बतक चाष, घास चाष करूछि।
मेरा जो जमीन खाली पड़ता था वो कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र के संस्पर्श के आने के बाद मैंने सोचा कि खाली पड़ने के बाद उसको मैं कैसे उपयोग करूं। तो फिर जो जमीन मेरा खाली था उसमें मैंने बाकी जो मूंगफली का चाष है और उड़द दाल, वहाँ पे एजोला कल्टीवेशन ये किया। और मेरे पास एक तालाब भी था। तालाब में मैं मछली उत्पादन, वैज्ञानिक पद्धति से मछली उत्पादन करना शुरू किया और उसके साथ अभी रंगीन मछली उत्पादन जो कि ऑर्नामेंटल फिश रियरिंग उसको किया और उसका बाजार भी मैंने एक फिश एक्वा शॉप से रिलेट किया है।
जो सर रंगीन माछ को मु आनी आम डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो हेडक्वार्टर एक्वा शॉप को बिक्री करूछि। आ सर जो धान चाष करुछि जैविक पद्धति रे धान चाष करुछि सेतिरे सर आमर जो गोरुमूत्र को व्यवहार करी धान को केमिकल रे विशोधन न करी गोरुमूत्र रे विशोधन करी चारा एवं मंजी को लगाउछि।
मैं जो खेती करता हूँ उसमें रासायनिक सार का व्यवहार बहुत कम करता हूँ और ज़्यादातर मेरा जो गोपालन भी है, गाय से जो गोमूत्र निकलता है उसका व्यवहार करके मैं बीज का, धान का बीज का, विशेष करके सब्जियों का बीज का उसका विशोधन करता हूं और मुझे लाभ होता है और लागत में मेरा जो खर्चा है उसकी कमी भी होती है और प्रॉफिट भी ज्यादा होती है।
अभी कितना कमाते हैं?
अभी सर बापा जो जिते बेले चाष करते सर 40 ରୁ 50 हजार कमाता है। मैं सर जो चाष करुछि से 4 ରୁ 5 लाख कमाणी है।
5 लाख अभी
सर बता दीजिए आप, क्योंकि और लोगों को हिंदी समझने के लिए जरूरी है। देश भर के किसान सुन रहे हैं।
पहले 2-3 खेती करते थे, 40-50 हजार रुपया मिलता था। अभी समन्वित कृषि करने के बाद मुझे 4-5 लाख का मुनाफा हो रहा है सालाना।
वाह।
सर जो
और भी कोई किसान होंगे वहाँ, उनसे भी सुनेंगे कुछ।
सर जो बतक रखी से सर बंधरे पहरिबा द्वारा तार मूल से दबा द्वारा माछ रो ग्रोथ बढ़ुची।
हाँ और किसे सुनेंगे?
नमस्कार।
नमस्ते।
बीणा पाणी राउत।
आपना काम दाम केमिति चालीछि?
भल चली। बीणा पाणी राउत अनुगुल जिला कुसासिंगा गाँव आसी अछि।
मेरा नाम बीना पानी राउत है। मैं कुसासिंगा ग्राम अनुगुल जिला से हूँ।
पारंपरिक हिसाब रे गाँ गहली रीतिनीति हिसाब से आम अना भाविकी चाष करूँ किंतु से कम आय होता ଆମର କେବିକେ ବା ବୈଜ୍ଞାନିକ ଏବଂ କୃଷି ଆମ ଜିଲ୍ଲାର କୃଷି ଅଧିକାରୀ ପରାମର୍ଶ ନେଇ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଏବଂ ନୂଆ ନୂଆ କିସମ ଉନ୍ନତ ପ୍ରକାରର ଚାଷ ଶିଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଆଗେଇ ଆସିଲୁ। ତେଣୁ ଆମ कृषि अधिकारी माने उन्नत धरणर चाष शिखाई अधिक लाभ पाइलु कम खर्च रे।
सर बीना पानी जी का बोलना है कि उनके हस्बैंड का कुछ साल पहले एक्सीडेंट हुआ था और वो हैंडीकैप्ड हो गए थे, तो उसने फिर उन्होंने फिर सोचा कि कैसे वो खेती करके आगे बढ़ेंगे और परिवार को भी एक साथ लेके चलेंगे। फिर अभी वो पारंपरिक पद्धति से करते थे, सारे खेती करते थे लेकिन पारंपरिक पद्धति से करते थे और कम आय होता था। फिर केवीके के माध्यम से उन्होंने विभिन्न तकनीकी के बारे में उनको प्रशिक्षण दिया गया। कुछ क्षेत्र प्रदर्शन में उन्होंने भाग लिया, कुछ 200-300 घंटे के जो स्किल डेवलपमेंट ट्रेनिंग होती है उनमें उन्होंने भी उसमें शामिल हुआ। फिर अभी वो सारी खेती वैज्ञानिक पद्धति से ही करते हैं।
देखिए, आपके परिवार में इतनी बड़ी आफत आई, उसके बाद भी आपने हिम्मत न हारी और परंपरागत खेती से बाहर निकलने की भी हिम्मत दिखाई। और भी महिलाओं को आप प्रेरित करती हैं क्या? और भी महिलाएं आपसे सीखने आती हैं क्या?
हाँ सर, महिला मानक एकाठी कर गोटे कोऑपरेटिव मल्टीपर्पज महिला सोसाइटी भी गठन कर चाषी मान को तालीम अभाव मुझे निजे गाँ गहली जाए कि मुझे स्वावलंबी हवा सत्वे महिला मान को स्वावलंबी करने आगे आसी।
सर इनका कहना है कि ये 151 महिलाओं को लेकर गांव के आसपास गांव के महिलाओं को लेकर एक मल्टीपर्पज कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी जिसका नाम ज्योतिर्मयी कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी है उसका गठन किया और सामूहिक रूप से ये अभी इनपुट भी लेती हैं और बाजार में भी अपना प्रोड्यूस जो है सामूहिक रूप में बेचती हैं।
ओडिशा के सभी किसानों को मेरी तरफ से बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं। आपने आधुनिकता को स्वीकार किया है और प्रगति क्या होती है वो आपने हिंदुस्तान में दिखाया है।
United States has withdrawn from the United Nations Human Rights Council, calling it biased and hypocritical. Nikki Haley, United States Ambassador to the United Nations, said that this move was an affirmation of United States respect for human rights. The council was created in 2006, and the 47-member council recently held its session, and the United Nations High Commissioner, Mr. Zaid Al-Hussein, said that the United Nations immigration policy was unconscionable of separating children from illegal parents crossing the United States southern border. Let's take a look at this report.
The United States on Tuesday announced its withdrawal from the United Nations Human Rights Council, citing bias against Israel. The announcement came a day after the top UN officials condemned the Trump administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy. United Nations and top human rights watch bodies have regretted the decision taken by the US, but Israel has welcomed the move.
Accusing the United Nations of chronic bias against Israel, US withdrew from the United Nations Human Rights Council. The announcement was made by Nikki Haley, America's ambassador to the United Nations, and US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, calling the top human rights body a cesspool of political bias that targets Israel disproportionately while ignoring atrocities in other countries.
For too long, the Human Rights Council has been a protector of human rights abusers and a cesspool of political bias. Therefore, as we said we would do a year ago, if we did not see any progress, the United States is officially withdrawing from the UN Human Rights Council. We take this step because our commitment does not allow us to remain a part of a hypocritical and self-serving organization that makes a mockery of human rights.
The UN has expressed disappointment over Trump administration's decision. In a statement, the global organization said the Secretary General would have much preferred for the United States to remain in the Human Rights Council. The UN's human rights architecture plays a very important role in the promotion and protection of human rights worldwide. China expressed regret over US's withdrawal from the UNHRC, saying that the image of the United States as a defender of rights was on the verge of collapse. Russia said US's withdrawal reflected its unilateral approach to global affairs.
人权理事会由联大授权成立，是各方在人权领域开展对话与合作、 交流与互鉴，共同促进人权事业发展的重要平台。
But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the decision and thanked Donald Trump for taking a courageous decision against the hypocrisy of the United Nations. Washington's withdrawal comes little over a month after the Trump administration withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal and a year after it withdrew from the Paris Agreement to combat climate change. The latest announcement came only a day after a top UN human rights official criticized Washington for separating migrant children from their parents who are seeking asylum after crossing into the country from Mexico.
Dr. Himanshu Bhittai is a medical doctor in Mumbai with a difference. He treats his patients holistically with Ayurveda knowledge for chronic illnesses such as anemia, diabetes, and obesity. Dr. Bhittai is also a Vastu consultant as well as a numerologist. Dr. Bhittai was in our studios and I spoke to him about combining holistically for treating patients with Ayurveda as well as medical expertise. Let's take a look at this interview. Today my guest has come from India. He is an allopathic doctor, an Ayurvedic doctor, as well as a Vastu consultant, Dr. Himanshu Bhittai. And he lives in Mumbai. He's been practicing Vastu for over 25 years and his medical practice has been over 3 decades. And combining all these three, plus he's a numerologist, combining all these 4 modalities of treatment has brought him very successful outcomes. Thank you very much, Dr. Bhittai, for coming here. I know you're traveling, so this is like a little stop here to New York. Tell us, you are a medical doctor in India, in Mumbai, and you're practicing Ayurveda. So, you know, making the medicine very holistic and, you know, combining traditional and complementary medicine. Tell us, do you combine it in every patient of yours, or how do you go about it?
Well, it's not the combination in every patient. There are specific diseases where we can combine very easily, like joint pain, arthritis, diabetes, overweight patients, obese patients, anemia with skin problems, liver problems, all these problems we use Ayurvedic medicine.
Do you find sometimes any contraindications when you're putting together both allopathic drugs and Ayurvedic herbs?
Yeah, sometimes there are contraindications, especially, you know, when allopathic drugs are given, no food contraindications are said at that time. But when we give Ayurvedic drugs, we have to specifically tell the patients that these foods you should avoid and these you should take. So at this point of time, many a time there is some problem with the patients.
Yeah. Do you feel that in India many doctors are doing this kind of, you know, a synergy between both different modalities of treatment?
Yeah, not many, but yeah, reasonably good number of doctors are doing this. Because finally, you know, Ayurveda is looking at the total health of the patient. It's Ayurveda. So from the Ayusha means the longevity. So they want to increase the longevity of the patient. So from that point of view, people are doing it.
From the cellular level. So what kind of herbs you recommend? Give us some sort of prevention measures for, let's start with arthritis and osteoporosis, you know, joint pains and bone issues.
Right. Well, in India at present, we are seeing that many of the people have deficiency of vitamin D3 and B12 levels.
I see. But there's a lot of sun in India. Why do they have vitamin D?
Then too, air-conditioned car, air-conditioned houses and air-conditioned offices. Then they have no time for that, and that's the cause they are getting this problem. Secondly, the food regime in India has changed now. People are not consuming the balanced diet. It's the lunch hours, have something, go on work. So that is causing this problem, osteoporosis, and then we have to give them vitamin D3 shots, calcium, and plus some Ayurvedic tablets we add in it.
What do you recommend for your people? Because many times, even in the United States, South Asians don't even know they have diabetes. So 50% don't even know that they are, even more than 50% many times don't know they have diabetes or they're pre-diabetic. So if they were able to figure that out, you know, we would be getting much better success with those patients. What do you see that in India? Is this the same issue over there, or?
Issue is almost the same, but when we see that it's a pre-diabetic patient or a diagnosed diabetic patient, I personally first explain them about the meditation and the exercise part.
Yes.
Simple brisk walking for 45 minutes, reduce your weight, do some meditation, it brings down the sugar level considerably. Then we think of going for the anti-diabetic drugs.
Let's go to your other favorite stuff that you do is numerology and Vastu Shastra. And you do business Vastu, Geo Vastu, you do education Vastu, energy Vastu, the whole works in Vastu. So let's say we're talking about something very basic, you know, where should somebody head should be when they're sleeping, where should they be a study room, you know, where should be the entrance of their home. So let's go with the entrance of the home.
Okay.
What direction should it be facing?
Well, basically there are 32 directions given. 360 degree, when you divide it into 16 zones of 222.5 degrees each, we get 32 main entrances. Out of those 32 main entrances, 13 are very good. So it depends. Actually, we have to take a compass direction of it. With that we can measure. I'll just explain you one example. From northeast to east to northeast, when you move, in between east and northeast,
right,
there is E1. First entrance of the east direction is called E1.
I see.
It's Shikhi. The element is fire.
I see.
Element of that zone is, that door is fire.
Right.
Now, if there is a door, what happens? There are chances of fire accidents and theft.
Wow.
The logic behind is, element is water there, and the logic behind this is, when it is open means there is a door,
yeah,
water flows out.
Right.
Now when water flows out, pitta increases and it causes these things.
Wow. And then sleeping, your head should be facing east. Your head should be in the east.
That's a second best position. First is in the south.
Wow.
Head should be in the south.
Okay.
So when you get up, you look at the north.
Correct.
That's the first best position for sleeping.
Second would be
in the
east, looking at west. And if you're, let's say, southeast, that's perfect.
Southeast is not so perfect.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you're putting south and east together, so
no,
southeast would be much better.
Southeast means Agni, fire. It's a direction of the kitchen. But
see.
there are people who have got bedroom by default. It's called as a constructional Vastu defect.
Yes.
And means a builder has given a flat, apartment. This is kitchen, this is living, this is bedroom.
You can't do much about that.
And I'll tell you one interesting thing about southeast bedroom. Those who occupy southeast bedroom, if couple is sleeping, they'll land up into arguments, heated arguments.
Because of southeast.
Yes. Or they may develop a hobby or a habit of drinking and smoking.
Very interesting. What about if it's for an older person, for their health? They should be facing, the head should be in the east. Will that work?
For older persons, we have zones. If he has to recover from the illness, if he is sick, chronic illness is there, then there is a zone. If it is possible, he can occupy that room. If not, then in the east, he can have his
head in the east.
Yes.
I see. And you also talk about Geovastu, which is very interesting, looking at the undercurrents of that place. So how do you do that?
Well, I use aura energy.
This is for business, right? For business?
No, for everything. For everything. Say, for example, this building is 50 years old. You don't know what is below the ground. There may be rocks, there may be salt, there may be cavity, there may be water currents. Now, what we get from the ground is geomagnetic energy.
Right.
Now, if there are water currents, then that geomagnetic energy, it gets distorted. And it has been proven that 83% of the beds of the cancer patients are found on the cross section of the geopathic stress lines.
Wow.
It's very important to find out that line.
But then how, living in city like New York, it's so hard to figure out the undercurrents of a place. And even if we did, then now you're sitting in your head like, oh my God, something's going to happen. So psychologically it gets very disturbing. And then that maladjustment even can create illnesses, you know. So what do we do? How do we avoid that? I mean, and is there any remedy for it?
Simplest. Shift the bed.
Shift the bed?
From that line.
But how do you know that line?
With the Aura Energy Scanner, we can find out that line.
Right.
And there are small rods which neutralizes the line. See, energy cannot be created nor it can be destroyed.
Right.
It can be neutralized.
Yes.
So with those geopathic stress neutralizing rods, simple, we have to put the rod.
What rod is it? Like a steel rod?
No, it's a copper rod.
I see.
And it has some herbs and all fixed inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so it's just once for all, you just put the herbs and the rod.
And shift the bed. That's fine.
Wow. And studying. So a lot of children, you know, come out with low scores, and could be, one of the reasons could be, besides the attention and all that, mind gets scattered because maybe the direction that their desk is or the table for studying is in a wrong place.
Right. That's a very good question for today's life. Ideal position for a student is between southwest and west.
Southwest and west.
Facing? Facing east.
Facing east.
Facing east. Between southwest and west.
Yeah.
Facing east. That's an ideal position.
Okay.
Now, say if somebody is a painter or a creator, fashion designer.
Yes.
So in their offices, I make them sit facing west.
So, you know, if we are so focused in that spiritual power, I think then nothing else works. It's just, you know, me and my super higher state of consciousness.
It's a good point you have said, you have raised. Basically, every human being's life is governed by trinity of luck. First is the day you were born. That's called as heaven's luck.
Yeah.
Whatever is written in your fate, you have to pass through that.
Yes.
Second is, that's called as heaven's luck. Second is human luck.
Yeah.
You do good things, you
karma.
in return get good things.
Yeah, right.
Now again, there is a point of discussion there. Somebody talk about previous births, karma and all. I don't go into it now, right now.
Sanchit karma.
Yeah. And the third is earth luck.
Yeah.
That's in our hand.
Yeah. And I think that we can, whatever we
Yes.
have
If
the
we
choice
make-
to be good or bad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important. This painting is by Manoj Vyas. I want to share this with the viewers. And this is, you know, he always makes these kind of paintings many times in many art festivals. So these colors are really nice and bright over here. I don't know what they mean.
It's a Shri Yantra.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
Shri
what it
Yantra.
is.
People put this Yantra even in the temples.
Yes, so the yantras are very important
yantras are
in the
very
temples, or you should be have a yantra also in our bag, like many times, you know, to carry.
Not this yantra.
Not this
There
kind
are
of
other,
thing,
yes,
small,
yes, there are other
yeah,
yantras.
Right, okay.
Because I use pyramids, small pyramids.
I see. Okay.
It cleans your aura.
That's right.
It continuously cleans your aura.
Absolutely, and
So
that's so important to get our aura cleansed, because many times we meet all kinds of negativity and toxicity, and this cleans it up anyways. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Himanshu Batai from Mumbai, and Ayurvedic doctor and allopathic practitioner, as well as a numerologist and a Vastu consultant. And that's all for today's Community News Roundup. I'm Renee Mehra. Thank you for letting us be part of your day.